Hello, welcome to the Pint podcast, where our power is pish, but our pints aren't. To introduce ourselves, I'm Caden, and I'm joined by my co-host, Dino.
Hi, hello, welcome. This is episode 17, and I have my beverage, as always. Oh, hopefully that wasn't too late.
Well, red line for me, so we'll see. It's the editing.
Anyway, so our main topic for today, it's overrated things.
Yes. And that doesn't necessarily mean they're things that we dislike or hate.
No.
It just means we understand that they're really popular, but we don't think they should be, or they're just generally overhyped as well.
Mhm.
So, like, to start us off, I could give my first example being chocolate. I can understand why chocolate is liked.
It is massive.
It is like one of the most massive things. A massive thing to the point where I see tweets all the time saying, chocolate's just a thing that every single person on earth loves. Otherwise, you're a weirdo, sort of thing. And I'm like, bro, this is the most overrated thing. It's like, I don't even hate chocolate myself. I just think it's sickly a lot of the time. I like white chocolate in, what's the word I'm looking for? In like, short amounts, and very short amounts. I can't like have like
small bursts,
a whole bar unless I'm like having like a gym day and I'm lacking calories and I need to like chug like 600 in a few minutes. I'll fucking chomp a bar and I'll feel sick. But other than that, I do think chocolate overall is overrated. Like, it's just something about it. It's so simple as well. It's such a simple thing that is used for so many desserts, but it's just so overhyped and overrated, and I don't understand why. It's supposed to be like
I get that.
Suppose it's like the sweet version of like potatoes. Potatoes are fucking everywhere. They're a staple. I suppose they're overrated as well.
Cheese as well. That's one of those ones that a lot of people will say like.
That's another one. I would say it's a tad bit overrated, but I like cheese enough. Not a lot. A lot of people will go like hard on cheese, like proper fucking like tons
even if
of
they're
it in their
lactose
food.
intolerant.
Yes.
They'll just devour it and then suffer later.
I definitely know of a particular family member who thinks it's definitely overrated. In fact, probably a hated thing.
Yeah.
We're not bringing names.
But chocolate, yeah,
chocolate's
I'd say so.
Yeah, it's definitely like I much prefer like chocolate ice cream than I do to the actual like chocolate bar sort of things. But like it's definitely one of those things I'll see everywhere. Like people are just fucking, it's their godsend sort of thing, and I just don't understand it.
It's the go-to dessert for many.
I'm the same with a lot of sweets, but I can at least understand like sweets as a whole being loved, but like just particularly chocolate. It's like what? Excuse me.
Yeah, I don't have chocolate too often. I'm not too like I enjoy it. I will have it easy, but I never get cravings for it. Like a lot of people do get cravings for it. And I think that's one of the reasons why it is popular as well.
Something I'd always look forward to when I was really young is the Kinder Eggs, and it was never for the toys. I just really enjoyed Kinder chocolate. They got that chocolate down to like a finite form, like a perfect thing. Same with Lindt. Lindt's really good.
Lindt's bang.
It's all coming from a person that doesn't even fucking like chocolate. I just like I can see when a product
something good's been made.
Yeah. Bye. That's my first example.
It's respectable. My first is something that I actually don't like. And it is Yeezys. And just shoes that are like that, modern day designed shoes. I get like Kanye wanted to just innovate and make something just futuristic.
Wait, it was Kanye?
Something that's ahead. Yeah, something that's ahead of its time. But I just think they look so boggin.
Like, you had sent me pictures of these things.
Yeah, I sent you quite a few pictures of just that style of shoe.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously you get the main Yeezys, but I think there's sort of different models of them, and then there's other shoes different. So you get like Adidas Pro Spheres, um, Adidas Oswego, I think it's pronounced,
Hmm.
something like that. And then YouTuber Calix. He actually started his own brand of shoe company called No Two Ways, which is that same style. And it's doing really well. I think he sold out his first batch in seconds, and he's coming out with like a second design called the Moonless. It's called, but both the Moonless that he's just put out and the original design he had, I don't like them, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
They sold out in seconds, and this is why I'm putting them for overrated, because there's a lot of people that are jumping on these types of shoes, and they just look horrible. It's
Yeah.
like they've gone with the um the sole, like the actual bottom part. It's like massive, and it like goes in towards the actual shoe, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But it's nah, don't rate them. And then you've got the mocked shoes, Mason Margiela's, which that was in the news for a wee bit a while back,
Mm-hmm.
because they looked like someone had just spunked on them.
Yes, they definitely do. There's no way they didn't know what the fuck they were like releasing, mate. There's no way. Like,
Surely.
it's like a white substance slowly dribbling down the shoe. Like, you can make it any other color, and it'd be
Oh no.
okay. Make it green, and people will be like, "Oh, it's the Nickelodeon glue do fucking." But no, you make it like come white. Fucking
Oh,
get ahead of yourself,
horrible.
mate. No.
But that's my first thing. They're weirdly popular, and I don't quite get the design. Obviously, everyone's got
Yeah.
different tastes. Mine's is more like skater shoes, but I just find these are just next level weird.
Like, what was it? One of the sets you showed me, I was like, oh, they just look like if old people were trying to be hip, and you're like, no, that's currently what the young generation are wearing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
excuse me, they look like they're fucking knitted.
I know.
Disgusting. I'm not too bothered with shoes myself, to be honest. Like, as long
Mhm.
as they're comfy and they look okay, then I'll wear them. Like, I used to wear Velcro shoes because that's just easy, you just put them on.
Ah,
Give a shit what they look like. I do like myself a nice wee comfy pair of loafers. You know,
oh,
leather ones. Aye,
nice, comfy.
aye. Yeah. Well, my second example is one that'll be surprising to a few people that know my taste in shows, particularly in air quotations anime. Is is Dragon Ball. I grew up with it.
Hmm.
It was
Wow.
essentially my first ever anime. Like, I watched when I was like maybe 4 or 5 when Ken had it on, and it was like one of the later arcs because they would air like these random episodes out of the hundreds they had, and
Mhm.
I got really into it, and it was for years until maybe I was about like 15. It was like my number one favorite thing to watch. I'd rewatched it like fucking 20 odd times, and
Hmm.
always in English. It was never in Japanese. I still haven't watched it in Japanese. I think that's my next rewatch, but I I have to be honest with its reputation of being legendary and like what the best anime out there, like in terms of like
Yeah.
history wise. I'm like, I can understand it. It's nostalgia and all that shit, but going through rewatches and watching other stuff in comparison, you start to realize that in terms of quality, it's not really up there even with the older stuff they had.
Hmm.
So I really do like Dragon Ball and its other franchise related things like side stories, spin offs. But I do think it was at its best during like Dragon Ball Z Cell and all that sort of stuff, and then they started doing like Dragon Ball Super, which is like it's bad enough having a show which has its pacing be awful as it does, which is what annoyed me a lot of the time. So you have to rely on like character building and character like talking to each other and building tension. So with this
Mm-hmm.
sequel series coming out, it just relied on hype as shit. Like, oh my god, he's got a new power up. Fucking does not look sick, and you don't have any attachment to it. There's no like reason to get attached to it. Like you get a reason to get attached to like prior fights and all that because it actually means something. Like his best mate's just been killed in front of him and he needs to kill basically Space Hitler. You've got a sense of tension as the planet's about to blow up. But with Super, they've made the character dumb. They've made a bunch of shit just like ass pulls and fucking like, oh look at me, I can get even stronger out of nowhere just training. Like there's no like proper tension to build up. But that's not even Super's problem by itself because I think just in terms of quality, even Dragon Ball itself is just a bit too overrated.
Yeah,
Especially if you compare it to a lot of other stuff.
it is like I reckon it is like the number one, just most popular anime.
Like, if we're going by the world, yes, but in terms of Japan, I
Yeah,
believe One Piece has overtaken it.
yeah.
I think in the US, Dragon Ball is definitely top. I think in Britain, I can't mind what in Britain it is, but in the world, it's Dragon Ball
Mm-hmm.
overall.
It's definitely the stepping stone for a lot of people,
Yeah,
and as it was for you.
yeah,
'Cause I can understand what you're coming from, why you mention it.
yeah. Like I love it. I love it to bits. It's just I think it's way too overloved simply for the rose tinted glasses a lot of people had on.
Yeah, nostalgia will overtake quite a lot
Yeah.
of
Like
thoughts.
nowadays I'll judge things now based on its writing and how like well made it is. And Dragon Ball was well made back in the day because it was a week to week thing coming out. Like they didn't have a lot of time. They didn't do seasons. It was every week an episode was released. So its quality wasn't the best, but it still looked good. But I do think it is genuinely just overloved.
Mhm.
Like to the point where it was going to be one of the fucking Goku from Dragon Ball was going to be or is, if it ever continues, is going to be Tokyo's Olympic mascot.
Mm.
Aye, that's my second example.
It's one that most people watched in English as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think like it's one of the only anime where a majority of people watched the English and the Japanese.
Didn't wasn't there a film that came out like last couple years or so?
What Dragon Ball Super Broly?
Yeah, that one. Was
Oh,
that English?
that wasn't English, and
Uh,
I've watched it. In it. I don't think I've watched it in Japanese. I've seen it twice, and that is a superb film. Like just animation wise and story, it's what Dragon Ball Super should have been. It was genuinely the pacing was really good. That's probably the best thing I've seen Dragon Ball come out with. It was really good.
mhm.
That's not overrated. But
Nah,
Dragon Ball as a franchise is though.
as a franchise, yeah. Well, I suppose I'll move on to my second one.
Mm-hmm.
And this is an application many people go on Instagram. Um, I very, very rarely use it. It's only in like, if I haven't been on it in like a couple of weeks, I'm like, oh yeah, I've got Instagram. Let me just browse it for like 5 minutes and then I'm done. But I reckon out of all of the top social medias, Instagram is definitely one of the most. I think it's more popular than Twitter. Um, more used than Twitter. But I don't think it's that great. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like I get the idea and I get the content and why you would jump on it.
Yeah.
You can obviously like a lot of people will use it for like proper photography type stuff, which is great. And I think didn't Instagram copy the stories thing from Snapchat as well?
I think that did I.
Yeah. It's a cool feature, but it's I don't know. I just feel like Instagram's way overrated and way overused for what it is.
Mhm. I
Uh,
can get behind. I can get why. Because it's
it's
just
decent.
like a lot of the time it's just glorified like food pictures all over it and shit like that.
Mm,
Prefer seeing a lot more creative pictures and shit. It's just a gallery for folks to be like, look at my shit.
yeah, literally. Um, it's decent for like following uh people you know and just like keeping up to date with them. But you can
Mhm.
do that on other social medias anyway.
Yeah.
Facebook, of course. Twitter's got some funny ass content. But Instagram,
Uh.
it's not the best. But I'm sure there's a lot of people that will back it and they're like, nah. Instagram's goat.
Oh
Think
yeah.
about it. Isn't didn't Facebook buy it? I think they
Somebody
bought it.
buy it. Like that's a thing nowadays. Just people buying fucking properties.
Uh,
I mean, why does it matter when eventually Disney will buy everything?
Disney,
Disney's gonna be the overworld. It's gonna be the
Sony.
company from by and large from Wally. It's gonna be fucking by and large the fucking the big super place that becomes like the overlord of the world in the Pixar universe. So that's well, funnily enough, Pixar's owned by Disney, so they're predicting their own fucking future.
It was 2012. That
Mm.
long ago.
Eight,
Facebook bought
8 years,
Instagram.
8 fucking years.
Uh,
It really, it really is just a, who
uh,
cares sort of thing with it, innit?
exactly.
Facebook's dying as it is. It's like it used to be the big old
But
thing in
yeah.
2012, and now like it's just older people use it. It's all about
Mm-hmm.
Twitter, Reddit, or fucking Snapchat.
I even see people hating on Snapchat. A
Oh
lot of
yeah,
people
like
are like,
I seen a
that's dead.
tweet from a guy saying, "Wait, people still use Snapchat?" And like people were replying yes, and I was like, I thought people were taking this as a joke, and I was just like, isn't it like one of the most used apps ever?
I think it was at one point. It's useful. It's useful for just sending something to someone
Yeah,
that
that isn't
it's not
permanent.
gonna. Yeah, obviously a lot of people use that for other reasons, but
Uh,
it's just handy. It's quick.
yeah.
Um, yeah. Out of all of them, Instagram's the only one that I don't hear being talked about as dead or anything like that. So that's why it's in my overrated list.
Mhm. I understand.
So,
Yeah.
what have you got as your third?
I've got another food related one being McDonald's, and
Oh.
it's not even like me being like, oh, this other fast food restaurant's better. It's just I always hear like it's like the hot shit. It's amazing. It's the best in the world. Like fucking place to go to get fucking fast food and shit. And I'm like, bro, have you actually fucking thought about what you're eating, mate? It's greasy. I just. It's not even one where I like it, but I think it's overrated. I fucking don't like it. I think it's just overrated as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Chips are awful. The fucking nuggets taste of nothing but grease. The burgers are shitty and small. The fucking apparently their ice cream machines never fucking work. Drinks are meh. Drinks choices meh. Get out. The design is fucking shitty. Out of here. Get out of here.
You ain't about it.
Nah. Burger King's bear. KFC's bear. It's the fact that it's like the dominion of fast food is McDonald's by like a large margin. I'm like, I don't understand. I like not even like a subjective view from it. I don't understand because like I know so many people that don't like McDonald's or at least like other places better. So I don't get why it's like the big dominion because I don't know an actual person that really prefers McDonald's.
I do.
Apart from a few people, well, you're fucking wrong.
And me. I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
No, I do. I do very much enjoy McDonald's, and it's a staple. I get. Oh, it used to be, and things have changed obviously, but it used to be a staple of like you've had a night out. It's 3 a.m. You need to get some scran before you go home.
I hate that much that
Get a
I
Mackey's.
stopped getting fucking Mackies on nights, and I'll just buy fucking a KFC prior to going out, and just have it when I get home.
Mm.
I'd rather have a cold KFC than a warm fucking McDonald's. How much I fucking hate McDonald's.
I enjoy them. I will say their breakfast menu is like the best of stuff that they've got. Oh,
No.
it's very good. But funny
Okay.
enough, there was a time I was in town with my mother. I think we were picking up something or whatever, but we had to wait a wee bit, and I was like, oh, I need to get a Mackey's breakfast. There's not the off chance. There's not too many opportunities that I can get a Mackey's breakfast. Because I'm either fucking busy or just asleep. So I'm like, right, get that, and because she hadn't had it before, so I was like, right, try these hash browns, these lovely hash browns, and she was like, nah, they're shite. So
Well, I haven't had their hash browns, so I don't know if they're actually shite, but I'm gonna suspect they are.
you should try them at some point, but I doubt you will. I get why
It
you'd put it
depends
in
on
the overrated,
circumstance.
but
Yeah.
it definitely is fucking hugely popular. I wonder what's like in America,
That's the
because
thing.
they'll have.
Because apparently, like Domino's and Burger King are like genuinely the worst in America, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
But over here, I'm like, they're really good. They really taste fresh, taste good. But over there, they treat them like you eat at Domino's and it's like somebody like shat in your food or something. And I'm like, what's how is this so different? Because I know like you have like with KFC and McDonald's and all that, you have like the regional menus and shit like that.
Yeah.
So like in Korea, I think you can get like a special like rice dish with like certain things like kimchi KFC or something like that. And I'm like, oh, I'll try that. But I just don't know. There's another thing with like McDonald's that I fucking hate is whenever they try to make like bring out a new chicken burger or like a vegetarian burger. Oh yeah, look, we brought something new. And what have they done? Just stuck two fucking vegetarian fillets in a fucking burger. That's not a burger patty. That's just fucking laziness.
Mm-hmm.
So say they released another new chicken burger again, just two fucking chicken fillets instead of a patty. It's like, what are you doing?
It is what it is.
It's the cheapest of the lot. No wonder, because their food's trash. I'm adamant. I'm fucking. It's objective fact. Nah, I just it's overrated.
Yeah.
Generally, try to stay away from fast food unless like I'm
Aye.
having a cheat day anyway. So like I'll have like wings, but like oh
I will say if anyone's like out and about and they're going to grab a bite, don't get a Mackey's. Get support the local food.
yeah, I'd agree
There's a
with
few
that.
places I've been where we are, and the food's just actually fucking really nice. So
Yeah, I need to try more like going to more restaurants and all that. I'm a bit more open with food.
it's good.
Yeah.
But I totally get Mackey's, although I disagree on whether it's good or not. I get why you put it over it. My third. Do you know what? We'll keep the theme of food, and I'll mention my third, and this is Nando's. Now, I enjoy Nando's. There's certain times where I think about Nando's and I could go for a cheeky one, you know. But everyone sort of puts it on this pedestal. It's like it's amazing. It's really really good. But I feel like a lot of the food is is quite like average. It
Mm-hmm.
does the job. It tastes quite well, but it's not amazing
Yeah.
in the same sense that KFC's chicken is like top tier.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think they've got anything apart from the sauce, apart from the
Yeah.
actual
Like,
peri peri hot sauce.
have you had their butterfly burger?
Yes.
It's really tough.
Yes. Hmm.
I'm like, that's not what you're looking for with fucking meat. You want it to be tender. You don't want it to be like, it's not even crunchy tough. It's literally like you bite into it and it's like, oh, I think I don't even know what fucking like what I'm trying to say, but like you bite into it and you can't even rip it off. It takes you like a fucking full minute.
Uh,
It's like you're eating raw meat, been broiled and
sometimes,
sometimes well,
sometimes you can catch them on a bad day. Sometimes you can catch them on a
maybe.
good day, and it can be a bit better. But yeah. Aside from the sauce, aside from like if you're wanting to go to actually get something hot, or for the glorious halloumi fries, halloumi sticks.
Yeah,
Um,
I use their Nando's Peronaise, or I used to until I got they do like this pound spicy mayo and like in home bargains or B&M's that I buy.
mhm,
It's better, it's spicier as well.
nice.
But Nando's,
Yeah, I feel like it is overrated.
yeah. Like I want to do the wing roulette just as like a novelty thing, not even just like I want to enjoy their food. But like every time I look at the calories of all 10 wings, I'm like, it's not worth it just for the novelty. I
Yeah,
have to carefully pick my food. Don't want to waste
have to be
fucking
a
calories.
it'd have to be an off day.
Yeah.
Talking about wings, spoons of wings, got them on my mind.
Have you ever had them?
uh, I think I have. I think I have. Spoons does good food. I've been there quite a few times and
Mm-hmm.
had different stuff, but ever since our last night out, just got them on the mind.
Aye. Just want more
But
pints.
aye, pints with the boys, with the lads. But aye, that's mine. Nando's.
Ooh. Well, is it my fourth? Yeah, my fourth
Yes, your
is
last.
it's a very famous TV show about a sponge under the water living in a pipe.
Yes.
Is it's SpongeBob and well SpongeBob
One and only.
SquarePants and it's very beloved. It's got it's meme material like S plus meme material from back in the day.
Oh,
Now it's sort
definitely.
of died, but from watching clips and like watching like the good clips and all that shit, I just don't find any of it funny or that, and I'm like thinking maybe it's just overrated because it's still going on now. It hasn't been cancelled, so like it's still going on to like it's season 16 or whatever the fuck it is on, and there's a few things that's like ruffled me about it, like apart from it being overrated, because I just think it's simply overrated. Like it's simply like a lot of the jokes sort of like just don't do anything for me. Don't really like a lot of the character designs. Um, but one thing that really ruffled with me is the creator of the show, Steven Hilberg. He had passed away, I think, in 2017 or 18,
Hmm.
and just he'd always says, "Don't make a spin off. I don't want spin offs of SpongeBob. Don't make them young. Don't make a spin off. Don't do it." And for the longest time, Nickelodeon was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. We won't. We're not going to do it." Like not even weeks after the man's died, I don't even think it's like more than 2 months. They decide they ordered a fucking prequel series of them all as kids. I'm just like, fucking
Uh,
like, it's just gross. It's just disgusting. I may have not liked the show, but like, the show should not. It should just ended with him.
hmm.
Like, I don't know. There's not much else to say about it really. All I know is it's very beloved, or was now. I don't think a lot of people like the newer seasons, which is the problem it's having. Like the ratings aren't going down because a lot of the younger folk will like it. Aye. That's my fourth.
I get that. It's considered just. It is considered the GOAT, isn't it? The Nickelodeon GOAT.
I
The
would say that
greatest.
was iCarly. That was the goat. No, it wasn't. I don't know if
What's the running
no,
time?
no,
Because
SpongeBob wasn't even the goat. Like it's the longest running goat, but I think the goat was
aye,
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
was it?
Yeah, that's the Nickelodeon
What
was.
people are saying.
Yeah, Avatar: The Last Airbender is the goat of Nickelodeon. I think
Yeah. Um,
it's magnum opus.
of course, I watched it back in the day. Not Avatar, but
I
SpongeBob.
think SpongeBob was 97 or 96 or something like that. I can't mind when it came out.
Hmm.
It's old.
Nice. I'd say there's definitely some classics, but that's just by memory
Oh, 99.
more than like I've
Yeah.
watched them recently and they still hold as quality. But
Like there's a lot of shows you'll watch as a kid and you'll be like, it's entertaining and it's good to you, but like they're only truly a good show if you can go back to them as an adult and be like, I appreciate the writing, I appreciate the designs. Oh, that looks cool.
yeah.
SpongeBob didn't do that for me, and I didn't really like it as a kid either. But have you ever heard of Cramp Twins?
Oh my god, yes.
It is a very unknown
Jeez.
cartoon show that I'm actually surprised you know about. It was such a weird show.
Oh, it was. It was fucking weird. Jesus.
The true cartoons that live up to their name are the really fucking old ones like Tom and Jerry.
Yeah,
Those sort of
definitely.
comedy shows where like it's made in the 50s and you can still find them funny as a fucking like 12-year-old Zoomer.
Hmm.
Aye.
So that's your last then.
Yeah.
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob Square Pants.
SpongeBob, me boy.
SpongeBob, me boy.
Aye, the memes are definitely S tier.
Hello, I like
There's
money.
there's just a meme for everything from that, isn't there?
Yes, like I think the meme of him of SpongeBob acting like a chicken actually got put into the
Oh
remastered
my god,
Sponge. Oh, what? No,
that game.
Something rehydrated.
Yeah,
Battle for
rehydrated.
Bikini Bottom rehydrated. I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so one of his idle animations, like if you don't move him, he'll go through like a cycle of idle animations, and one of them is the chicken meme.
Oh my god. Fuck's sake. Anyway, suppose we should move on to my last.
Okay.
And yeah, this is just the most popular music there is. Hence the name. It's just pop music. It's just stuff that gets chucked in the radio. Hear it on Radio 1, your top 10, top 50, top 100, whatever.
I was
Just all that stuff. All that pop stuff.
I was looking into pop music, and one of the bands put down for it was the Beatles.
They were back in the day, yeah. Back in the 60s.
It's really hard because they're a rock band, but because they were
Yeah, they
popular,
were.
that's the thing of pop music. It's pop music because it's popular music. So any
Yeah.
any music that's ever been popular during their time is pop music. So fucking the Beatles, Elvis, all that sort of
Mm-hmm.
shit. It's not like a genre of music that sounds like what
It's
is
not.
now.
No.
I
So yeah,
suppose
to to sort of hone it in a bit more, you could obviously talk about it in a subjective way in terms of yeah, some of the older stuff as well was overrated if you wish, but I'm solely speaking on just the more modern stuff. So stuff from just the early 2000s up to now, or even worse, it's from the 2010s up to now. The further back you go, the better the quality of pop music was. Like 80s and 90s was still pretty pretty decent, but not my total taste. There's some good stuff, but just the modern stuff, it's so bad. Listening to radio, if you chuck on Radio 1, if you're at work or fucking whatever, you're in the car, it's gash. absolutely gash. So many artists, like, there's almost a lack of care for the actual quality of song. A lot of them just care about getting something catchy. Majority of the songs are only about 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes, and if they do put out a slightly longer version, it'll just get cut down for radio time because majority of people don't have the patience or to actually sit and listen to a full track for too long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure there was like a study done where it's like people people will listen and judge a song based off like the first it's either 3 seconds, 5 seconds, or 6 seconds, something like that.
Me. Well, not really me.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't like the first 30 seconds, I'll skim through the song.
Mm-hmm.
See if
That
there's any more
like
like...
that brief bit. It's like it's a proper thing. So a lot of the people in the music industry will focus on just trying to get something catchy in that starting bit, just so that people listen. And the best way I can describe pop pop music today and the past while is it's bubblegum pop, right? It's something that solely exists for its catchiness, and like bubblegum, you can put it in your mouth, start chewing it, it tastes
You like
decent,
it for like the first few
decent
minutes, but
first wee
unless you're
bit.
like...
The more you're chewing it, taste going down, it's disappearing, and it's like, I'm done with it now. Chuck it away. You're finished.
Yeah,
It doesn't hold. None of it holds.
no.
Like, it's terrible. And I could go into more depth about like how boring and uninteresting like structures are in most pop songs nowadays. There's nothing new at all. It's just the same pish.
It
I could
sounds like...
go on about chord progressions and how
Yeah.
majority of people use the exact same chord progressions and how people use like the exact same notes and same drum stuff. It's stupid.
I suppose to a musician's ear or something like that, but to like an average
Mhm.
person like me, all songs of like a genre sound similar to me.
Yeah, like
Like most of rock sounds the same to me.
I've got a different perspective on it, so I can
So I can get where you're coming from. Like a lot of like
shed
pop
some
songs
light, I
nowadays sound
guess,
like
on it.
fucking lazy tone,
Yeah.
fucking... So like that fucking like catchiness gimmick shit.
Mm.
No, what the good pop songs are the ones that are edited by other folk to sound better and add stuff in. Like I think the version of that Lazy Town song got like edited by a guy who's a rapper who just comes in going like,
Yeah,
"Oh
I heard
yeah,"
of it.
and he comes in and
I'll
rapping
break
at
it
certain
down,
points.
bitch.
I break it down, bitch. And every time I listen to it, I always think, is this the Rick and Morty song? But I'm like, no, it's the Lazy Town song because there's a thing
Mm.
in Rick and Morty where Summer's having a dream where it's like all sunshine and cakes. She's singing like this, and then some rapper comes in and like saying the N word and going, "Yo, bitch, how am I gonna break it down, bitch?" I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh man. I could rant about how bad pop music is for ages, but I shall not. I won't do that.
I like the Rag and Bone Man. Do you like the Rag and Bone Man?
Oh nah. Well, it's got a good voice, but
That's the thing. I feel like the song is mostly hated because of how often they would play it rather than it being a
yeah.
bad song. To be honest, that's like how most songs go nowadays. They're
Hmm.
overplayed. Like I don't like Human when it was currently playing because it was constantly playing. But like if I go to listen
Mm.
to it now, as I have done in the past, I like it. Not
Mm.
bad.
I can't remember if that was one of the. Can't remember if he wrote his own stuff. Can't quite remember.
I know he collabs a lot because he did the collaboration with like
Yeah,
Gorillaz.
that was good.
But the Apprentice he
But
did, wasn't it? Yeah, in
yes,
Humans. It was
yes,
in
he did.
Humans. Yes, yes. Oh my god, was Dragon
Oh.
Ball Man that 2017?
Hmm.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I quick side note before we move on. When it comes to pop music, there's a lot of songs that aren't written by who's in the actual charts. Like, there's just writers that sit behind and they'll write songs about, okay, let's give this one to Beyonce this time, or let's give this one to such and such, and they just get passed about. It's the same people that's writing them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think there was something else I was going to mention, but I'll leave it. I'll leave it.
Okay. I guess that leads us on to the general talk, being news, a bit of news. Have you got any news to share with us?
I do, but it's my first bit of news is quite sad. Have you got something more uplifting to start with?
Sure. I'm sure this will be a bit more uplifting. Is Santa Claus is immune to COVID.
Huh?
Santa Claus is apparently immune to coronavirus.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. So there's actually a bit of like a tiny bit of background to why people like this has came out, because like this is from an official source, so like official people have deemed Santa Claus to be like immune to coronavirus, and you'd be like, why?
Oh,
Why do
good.
people need to know this? But think about it from a kid's perspective. This
Yeah.
person during Christmas is going to enter your home. They probably want to know, is this guy going to infect me with a deadly virus? So they've done this like this, so it's sort of like wholesome in a way that it's letting kids know,
Yeah.
yeah, he's immune to it. He's like this magical creature. He can't infect you. Don't worry, don't worry. And I think
It's all
it's
good.
it's just it's just really wholesome, like wholesome marketing.
It's quite good.
Aye, that's my first bit of news. That Santa
Hmm.
Claus is immune. Got the vaccine first.
Oh yeah, of course. So, um, so yeah, my first bit of news, as I mentioned, is quite sad. It's the death of two different people. Just over the space of 2 days, it happened. I was just like, oh fucking hell. The first one is Io. I think a lot of people won't know who he is, but for those who do, shout out. But he is essentially a techno artist that was on. He was on quite a few different labels, but mostly it was Mousetrap. He put a lot of stuff out in Mousetrap. I think he did stuff on Armada as well. He was just very, very talented, and he did some stuff. He did some like techno stuff. Did some like acid, a bit of trance, like influence in some of his stuff. And he was putting out like a ton of songs, which was very, very good. Oh, pardon me. Over over the past while, I think he's been helping with like a lot of production and stuff as well. With some tons of other artists. For example, I mind seeing because he's good friends with Sylvan King, Jaws, and people like that. And I mind seeing a tweet from Jaws, and it was like, "Oh yeah, if it wasn't for IO, then my album, this I can't remember the name of the album, it wouldn't have happened." So, yeah, rest in peace to IO. He was extremely talented, and he died at the age of 30. I don't think it was announced how he passed away, but it's very, very tragic.
I can imagine.
And it came like 2 days after he released a remix of Castles in the Sky. Absolute banger. Absolute banger. It's such a shame. He put out so many good songs. The other death I'll mention is the great, absolute great, Diego Maradona. It's just widely considered just the best, I think, if not one of the top 3 best footballers of all time. He won the World Cup almost single for Argentina, which was one hell of a run. 1986 that was. As well as that, he won the Scudetto with Napoli twice. It could have been 3 times, but apparently there was a scandal where the mafia were like fucking telling him to lose and stuff. But I don't know how much that true is. How
Mate,
true
it
that
sounds
is.
like a fucking boxer in the 60s being told to fucking just to fucking fall from the fight.
He generally was an incredible footballer, and there's tons of stories that are just so amazing of like his warm up routines and stuff like that.
I think one of my relatives on Facebook described him as a flawed genius or something like that.
Yeah. He had a lot of problems outside of football.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I think he has recognized that is he has 5 children to 4 different women. And apparently there's even more that he's not like in contact with or doesn't,
Well, he's definitely not in contact with now.
As he also had fucking massive drug problems.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure there's a video of Maradona. He scores a goal. I can't remember fucking who this was for. I think it was Napoli or wherever. But he scored a goal, and then he ran off to one of the sides of the pitch, snorted coke, and then ran back into the middle.
What the fuck?
Oh, I think that exists. I think I've seen it. It's funny as fuck. But oh man, the 2018 World Cup when he's in the stands, just going absolutely mental. And that you can, if you look at the photos of it as well, you can see the glass is just caked, absolutely covered in this like white powder, as he's going mad.
What the fuck?
It's pretty iconic. What a player though. Still the English are still bitter about the game, the hand of God.
Probably.
Like it's not even funny because if you look at media outlets everywhere, everywhere else, so news outlets in Italy or in Spain or wherever, it has like pictures of Diego Maradona holding up the World Cup or something like that. It's just a picture of him, and it obviously talks about him, and nothing is mentioned about the hand of God. But in all of the English media, it's got that picture. It's got a picture of him hitting the ball with his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all salty that they all have to mention it. They still can't get over it. Even fucking Peter Shilton, who was the keeper. Somehow Diego Maradona outjumped Peter Shilton, and Peter Shilton's just still salty about it. To put it in like perspective, I'm pretty sure Maradona is like a banana's length taller than Tyrion Lannister. Fucking what's his name?
Pure English.
Yes, I think.
A banana's. Is he that short?
Yeah, Maradona's tiny,
What the fuck?
and he outjumped Peter Shilton and hit the ball with his hand to score the goal, which is funny.
I was gonna say that I didn't know either of these people before their deaths, but like now that you mentioned the God Hand thing, that's probably the only reason I know Maradona.
Mm-hmm. It was hugely talked about it, but it's such a shame at the age of 60. Before we move on to your next bit of news, fucking he during his funeral, right? I don't know if you heard this, but during his funeral, I think there was 3 people who took photos with Maradona in the casket. Like it was open coffin. They took a photo with him, and obviously everyone was like, "What the fuck? Can't be doing that." And out of the 3 people, 2 of them are already dead from fucking people in the area.
Huh.
I think one of them got found in a dumpster. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. But aye, that's my first.
Oh, well, my second one is a bit lighter, though it can be dark.
Hmm.
Is the announcement and I think official art of Deadpool 3 coming out. So we know of, if you're a fan of the Deadpool movies, you'll know that they weren't owned by Disney. I think they were Fox still, much like the X-Men. But now
Hmm.
Disney has acquired the rights to the X-Men and Deadpool. So we're all wondering, okay, if you're gonna do a Deadpool 3, we really want it to be R-rated, Disney. Come on, R-rated. So the fucking Mad Lads have only went and made it R-rated. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of
Oh
Disney's
lord.
only, if one of the only few R-rated films that they're releasing ever. Or it's the only R-rated MCU film to come out. Because Deadpool 3 will officially be MCU, I believe.
Oh,
So in
oh
this
my.
in this bit of official art I seen, I don't know if they're going to use that or not, but it's from an official source. It's got it's got the Deadpool title on it.
Hmm.
You see that the E of Deadpool is falling off, sort of like a wee sign letter falling off, and it's sort of like twisted as it's falling down. So it's showing itself as the number
Oh
3,
yeah, yeah.
which
I
is
did
a
see that.
a neat thing. But you also see
Pretty cool.
on it, because the whole background of the Deadpool title is yellow, which is like, it's not symbolic for anything. Then you see that there's 3 claw marks on on the picture, and you go, wait a minute, is Wolverine gonna be in this movie? Oh my god, Wolverine better be in this fucking. Well, I mean, there's no other reason they'd have 3 claw marks on it and the background being yellow if your man's was not gonna be in it. So I think Deadpool 3 is gonna be a very exciting movie. Like, especially if they're gonna make it, unless Ryan Reynolds specifies he wants it to be low budget, like the other 2 movies, which the whole point of the other 2 movies being low budget.
Hmm.
There was a point to it. It might be a really high budget movie with a lot of good stuff in it, but hopefully Ryan Reynolds gets to
I'm
make
buzzing for
his third movie. Don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. It'll probably involve a lot more mutants. Hopefully
it.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
It will be over Wolverine's introduction into the MCU.
Mm. Um. Yeah. The first Deadpool movie and the second, I would say they're both as good as each other.
Oh yeah, they're fucking equal.
Very good. So the third. Oh.
I feel like the third's gonna have a lot more, like, I'm not a lot more color, but I feel like it's gonna be a tad bit more colorful if they're gonna include a lot of the characters. I think they will. Because with Deadpool 1 and 2, a lot of the surroundings was like very like dreary, grey and all that. Especially the first one. Like the only like real like colour you see in the first movie is the red of Deadpool.
Hmm.
But yeah, 2 phenomenal films. Like I suppose it depends on your sort of humour if you like the jokes, whether it's a hit or
Hmm.
miss. But if you
Yeah.
like the character and if you like the action that's in it, it's really good. Hopefully the third one will be as good. It's
Is
really tough to
there
pull the trilogy, but what?
is there a date? Or has it just
They've
been it?
no, it's just been announced that they're making it. Like, if it
Alright.
was like filming and the filming was done, they'd probably have a closer like, oh, it's gonna be released here. But like, they've just sort of got the dregs done. I think
Hmm.
they're starting to film Hawkeye as well. I think they just announced that they're gonna start filming
Oh.
Hawkeye outside. So I think it's a TV series.
Ooh.
Speaking of the TV series, we also have WandaVision to watch, which I have a wee theory that
Yeah.
I'm not gonna share with you.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Like,
Well, we'll just see what happens.
I doubt it'll happen, but I've just got this wee theory, and I don't want it to happen and not
Hmm.
have me saying it. But I reckon, because I don't, this has not happened in the comics, but I reckon that Wanda is gonna cause mutant infection.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon whatever's happening in the TV show, she's gonna break out of it, and she's gonna like cause the mutant gene to start infecting folk and shit, and becoming mutants. I might be entirely wrong, but it would make sense because otherwise, where the fuck are mutants gonna come from to make the X-Men? Unless they just go, oh yeah, there's a bunch of these guys that were never mentioned beforehand. Like, there's got to be some way where there's gonna be an influx of like new mutants and shit like that. Especially if you're gonna have like Wolverine. It also doesn't make sense in the way that Deadpool 3 is coming out, and if it's gonna be MCU, because like that those films already have mutants introduced. So unless Deadpool 3 is a multiverse twisting film, I don't know. But that's my second bit of news. It's Deadpool 3.
Nice. Certainly some good news.
Yeah.
My next bit of news is it's just that Supernatural finally finished after 15 seasons. The finale aired on the 19th. I think it was 19th of November. I have fully caught up and watched it. I've finished it now myself. And obviously I'm not going to say spoilers and whatnot, but just wow. Oh my, wow. I enjoyed it. There's certainly some mixed some mixed reviews on the finale and whatnot, you know. Finale's always going to be quite tough to nail, but I reckon they did a really good job. Just that whole stretch as well, just at the end of the show, I thought was just excellent. And yeah, it brought a tear to my probably tear to
Oh,
my
we cute.
after I finished it as well, I was watching tons of like interviews and stuff of Jared and Jensen and what they're saying and all that. And I'm pretty sure Jensen originally, when he was told about the script, he didn't quite agree. He wasn't. He fucking hell. He said, what was it? He says there was something that made him sort of uneasy about it. He wasn't sure and he didn't know why. And he ended up phoning Eric Kripke, who I don't think was on the show anymore because he's doing The Boys. And he phoned him and he was like, "Okay, this is what's being planned. I don't know why it's tripping me up. What's your take on it?" So Kripke gets back to him like a couple of days later in an email, and he's like, "It's the thing is, you're just too close to the story, you know, because he played Dean for fucking 15 years, and he was just like, it's probably the best way for it." And he sort of explained it to him and sort of, you know, pointed out some of the details and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Jensen ended up coming around and he's like, "Yeah, you know what, you're right." I can see it's good though. I enjoy it. And yeah, mentioning The Boys in terms of what's next for the actors, the main two, Jensen is going to be involved in season 3 of The Boys. Do you know what? I am looking forward to that. I reckon I'll get round to watching The Boys
Yeah,
and seeing
it's
how
on
that
my list
is.
as well.
Apparently, the boots that he wears for the character in that show is the exact same boots he wore as Dean.
Maybe just comfortable in them.
Just it's a nice wee nod. In terms of Jared Padalecki, he came out with like a video thing, and it was almost like an announcement type thing where it was like, "Oh, hey, I'm finished with Supernatural, and I'm switching from the Winchester family to the Walker family," and so he is going to be involved in a new show called Walker.
I'm not gonna lie, when you first sent me that,
Mhm.
I honestly thought, wait, he's joining the Walkers? Wait, is he on Walking Dead? What?
No, I think it's a reimagined take on. I think it's an original like '90s American TV show where it had Chuck Norris. I think it was called Walker Texas Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think, yeah, he's going to be involved in that, and I think that comes out in January at some point.
I see.
So, aye, that's what they're doing. As for the rest of the cast, I'm not entirely too sure, but I'll be looking forward to seeing what they're doing, especially Misha Collins. You know,
They should just scrap everything and just play Nightwing and Red Hood, mate.
yeah, we need it.
Need it. And then they'd technically be brothers in arms again. Like, not like
Mm.
blood related, but like. But yeah. I know Jensen wants to. I know Jensen
Oh
wants to
yeah,
play
oh
fucking
definitely,
Jason Todd. Man cosplays in him. He really looks like him.
glorious.
But yeah. Okay. So we shoving it at the end, I
Mhm.
suppose brings me on to my final bit of news. Being a wee Indonesians been making some videos as of lately, and he's made a wee ad, a wee commercial for a bar. My man's Kenneth Millen of his business, I believe Kenneth Millen Media, and all that sort of stuff. And he made an ad for the bar called the Innis, and it was really good. Or if you watched the video, have you any thoughts on it?
Yeah, I watched it. It looks really, really well done.
Mhm.
Um, like you can tell, it just has this professional look about it.
Mhm.
The way the shots are taken, you know. Um,
Yeah.
it's it's well done. I think it's good. And hopefully it brings attraction to the Innis itself as well as Ken.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully
Like,
more people are wanting to.
I really hope that it does boost off more people, like
Mhm.
getting them to do stuff and that. It's just tough in a post and current COVID world to do this sort of stuff, but
Mm.
good on him for carrying it on.
Aye. If I ever need an advert done, I know who to go to.
Yes. Trying to think if I ever
shout
had a
shout out Ken.
business. Show what Ken and his Kenneth Ken Millen or Kenneth Millen Media. Find him on
Mhm.
Facebook and shit. Obviously, he's also a part of Cult Gaming and that.
Mhm.
Aye,
He's out here
he's
doing
out
something.
here somewhere. I mean, but I guess we'll get famous one way when people like are like ask him for like doing ads and all that. He's also famous. I'll be like, oh, he was on that Pint podcast. Oh my god, better go watch that now.
Glorious.
Aye.
Um. So yeah, suppose I'll mention my last then.
Okay, fire on.
So this is pretty good. Some good news. Among Us, the quality game that came out, it's kind of died down a bit since, but it's
Mhm.
still holding quite strong. I still see a lot of YouTubers jumping on still. So it's not died down in the sense of uh, Fall Guys has,
Mhm.
but yeah, this Among Us made a Twitter account. Finally joined, and in light of that, their like first tweet, I think it was, they uploaded a picture of a new map that they're working on. No idea about release for it or anything, but
No.
If you haven't seen the picture already, then give it a check on their Twitter. So far, their content's actually quite funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good to have a social media presence as a game company or just as a business,
Mm-hmm.
having a bit of banter. You see on Twitter some of the companies just tweeting at each other.
Yeah.
It's
Mad lads.
some good stuff.
They're in.
But yeah, the map.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I'm looking forward to it. Like, I haven't been playing much of it as of recently. Like, I want to, but
Hmm.
map wise, I don't know what it's gonna look like overall because we've just got the one image of like
It's just
one
the
of the
one room.
rooms. Yeah, the one room. Yeah, hopefully it's good.
Mm-hmm.
A bit.
It also showcases a new skin.
Oh yeah, like you can add like more stuff to your guy now as well. Like I think there's like a cyborgy looking cunt.
Yeah.
So they're adding a lot more content. Which is good.
Mm.
We like it. We like it. Very nice.
But looking at the picture, I'm looking at like it's just the one room, but it's a fairly spacious room.
Mm-hmm.
You've got bottom left familiar download task. You got the vent in the sort of near the middle, but sort of down a bit, like down the steps. That is. Bottom right, you've got the power task that's used, and maybe there's some new ones there as well. Most likely. It looks like it's going to be quite a bright map, color wise.
Oh yeah, like a stark contrast with ever for you.
Hmm. So I am definitely looking forward to seeing how it plays.
Mm-hmm.
Judging by the 3 maps that are currently out, I think I'd say the first one's the best. Then is it Polis?
The one of the
Is it Polis
magma.
that has the lava? Yeah, the
Yeah,
magma.
lava magma, fucking whatever. And then there's the sky one.
Yeah, Myra HQ. That's
That
it.
one's really long. That's fucking fucked up vents. You know,
Ugh.
across the entire map through vents.
Yeah, you can vent anywhere. The annoying parts about that map is the reactor. You have to go through like doors to
Oh yeah.
do it, and
You do that in Polis
if
as well though. But it's like just the 2 doors.
yeah, it's kind of annoying for like tasks that bit, but in terms of a reactor, that's kind of long, and the comms. I'm pretty sure the comms you have to do them in 2 parts at within the same time,
Oh yeah.
which is just annoying. But hopefully this one plays well.
Aye.
I am looking forward to playing it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing what Among Us tweet as well. See how
Okay.
they hold on to it.
We'll
But
see. We'll see. No
that's my
doubt. No
news.
doubt. Well, if that's the case, that brings us on to our next topic, being
Mm-hmm.
favorite long-running franchises. So, do you want to start us off?
Aye. Why not? Why not?
Why?
So my first franchise is Star Wars.
No doubt. No doubt.
Hugely popular franchise,
Yeah.
and yeah, there's something so special I think about Star Wars and its whole universe. First one came out in 1977. Got the original trilogy quality.
I thought it was 1966.
Nah.
I was so sure you said it was 1966.
Don't think so.
No.
Nothing like that was said. So yeah, 1977.
Head was fried that day when you did those notes.
Oh man, it was.
I was like messaging me like, "Are you sure? Was there some novel or something in 1966?" Like,
and yeah, it's still going. There's tons of toys.
Massive. It's fucking
Absolute tons of toys. There's tons of. I think there's big collaborations and stuff for all that. you could probably go into like a Tesco or like a fucking Asda, check out their clothing section, right? And I bet you there's going to be one piece of like Star Wars merch somewhere there where it's got like just either a quote or like just the face of Darth Vader just sat there
Nowadays, it's
like
Baby
that.
Yoda.
Oh yeah,
That's the big thing now.
yeah.
That's
That comes under.
Yeah, that's the thing with Star Wars as well, because it's not even just like the main series, long running. It's just like there's so many like
Mm.
different like parts of it, like whether it be comics,
Mm-hmm.
shows.
I've read some of the comics.
Yeah,
Some good stuff. A lot of canon, a lot of non-canon.
yeah. I think there's two parts of the comics that are separated like in the universe. I think there's uh Outer Worlds one it's called, I think, or Swimming Worlds, Otherworld ones it's called. That's are not canon anymore. I think the Darth Maul ones that we read are not canon anymore.
No.
However, like the TV show that I've been meaning to watch fully, the Clone Wars one, that has been disputed a lot of times for being canon or non-canon, and Disney are trying their hardest to like decide whether it is canon or not. It's just make it canon. It's fucking beloved. It's more beloved than the fucking sequels or prequels.
I reckon a lot of it, in terms of whether they want to say it's canon or not, is going to be based on what sort of content they want to put out for Star Wars and where they want to go. Like, do they want to rewrite parts of the canon essentially?
Yeah. It's not
So
like
if they
they'll
want
fucking
to
do
go
that
down
for
that,
previous movies. They're really bad for that.
aye. So they're just a bit on that.
It depends on the director. It really depends on the director and screenwriter, whether what's canon or not. Like, for example, I'll mention it when I bring up my topic, but yeah, like directors and screenwriters, when it comes to franchises, are really dependent on trying to keep consistency, which is one of the main problems of the sequel trilogy. Because it was George Lucas for the originals, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I can't forget about the games as well. The Star Wars franchise. Some quality stuff. Oh, a lot of people will slate the modern EA Battlefronts.
Oh, they're awful. They are awful. No matter how much I play and enjoy them, they're awful.
Yeah.
No doubt.
It's one of those. It's one of those, isn't it?
Stupid fun.
It is stupid fun. But even those, I enjoy them. And graphically, they're quite tasty. I haven't thought about it until literally this second, but I want to see how that looks graphically on next-gen consoles.
Yeah, I remember when the 2015 version came out and people were like, "Whoa, bro, that looks so fucking good." Shame the gameplay was fucking ass. Sorry, I just got a message on the group chat there, and all I saw was, "Man, I fucking love Spider-Man." It just set me off. Yeah, nah, just like I think EA's sort of like learned to make more creative stuff, because didn't they release that new thing, Squadrons?
They did.
Or was that another thing that's got that now? Which is purely like
no, I think it was,
pilots and shit. Aye.
That's my first. It's wide. It's so vast in what the actual
There's just so
content
much.
is.
Like, and they can do whatever with it. Like, they've literally done the Mandalorian, which a majority, if not all, of the show doesn't even have like the Jedi's and the Force involved with it. Even though that's like one of the big staples of Star Wars. That's how much Star Wars is liked for its content.
I used to play fucking Top Trumps with like a Star Wars deck
God,
back
yes,
in the day.
I've also played with one of these decks. Fucking Boba Fett. It's fucking T now, like Boba Fett. Aye, Star Wars is massive. And to counter your example with another as massive and longer running, if you count it as just Marvel, but as MCU, it's been running for 12 years, is it now? 12 years? Yeah, 12 years.
Yes.
2008. It's the MCU, being the Marvel Cinematic Universe, being based on, the Marvel universe of Marvel Comics that's been going on since the 60s or 50s. I don't know about the 40s because I know DC was been going on about since the 30s, but Marvel's been going around like for a long, long fucking time, and the MCU is taking these ideas. Like you got your Iron Man that started off this franchise. It started off strong with a really good movie that almost flopped. It almost could have been ruined because, as most people might not know, is a lot of it was done on the spot in terms of writing and what was going to happen in scenes. So it wasn't planned, and a lot of it took the guy that played Obadiah. Who played Obadiah again in Iron Man? Because you got your man even Robert Downey Jr. didn't know what to do, and your man that played Obadiah like started like consoling him and giving like acting tips and all that sort of stuff, because it was directed by Jon Favreau, who played fucking Happy in it. It was show me the cast. Jeff Bridges. How could I forget
Jeff
my
Bridges,
man
that's
Jeff
him.
Bridges? He was great in that film. A really good villain.
Yeah, he
The
was.
overall film was good, but that was a really strong point to start on. You've got the Incredible Hulk, which is MCU, which a lot of people don't like or try to forget. You haven't seen it. I've watched it, and I like it. I like it. Weird to see a different actor being Bruce Banner, but then you've got Captain America came out, and that's one of my favorite films. It's generally really good to watch, and like with all these like 20 something odd movies that's came out since then, because they as of 2019 they did like, or 2017 they did like 2 to 3 movies per year for the MCU, so it was a lot of content. And now because they're trying to make up with movies, they're doing like the TV shows and all that. And I think the biggest success they've had for the MCU so far is that it's all connected. There's so much foreshadowing for future movies. And it's just the consistency that viewers enjoy. They like having this big phenomenal like thing, which the Avengers had. Oh, there's this big bad called Thanos, and people who read the comics know, oh my god, Thanos, he's gonna get involved, sort of like reaction. And it took, what was it, since 2012 to 2019, 2018, what's 6 years? No, yeah, 6 years from 2012 to 2018. With Thanos actually revealed and he's actual villain playing part of it. People were going mad, and then 2019 came about, and we all got to witness this massive finale to this storyline that's been running since the first Avengers film, and it was just phenomenal to watch. It was just it was like it's something that I might like never get to see again in my lifetime. Is like a franchise that's been going on for a majority of my life. Is mad. And I can't wait to see what they do further on, because now they've got a lot more rights to do a lot of other Marvel characters. I'm looking forward to it.
Exciting.
And that's one of the things I was going to mention earlier with directors with Star Wars was your man Edgar Wright, who's known for doing the Cornetto trilogy. He did all of the screenwriting and some of the storyboards for Ant-Man, but he was chucked off it because Marvel were trying to get him to write like consistently with the MCU, trying to get him to connect it to other movies, and he was having none of it. So they just chucked him off it and got like a new director to direct it. So they added like they added like new things to the script, like mention how this is happening or that's happening. So they barely changed anything that Edgar Wright did, but they were trying to maintain the sort of connectivity, and Edgar was like, well, that's not the sort of director I am. You shouldn't have hired me if you weren't going to let me have my creative freedom. And they were like, yeah, we get that, but we're trying to do something. So I'm like, oof. Can you imagine what that film would have been like if he also directed it? Like, other than just, making the screenplay and the storyboards. Because the whole train sequence in Ant-Man was storyboarded completely from Edgar. Which is funny. But yeah, it's amazing, and I don't think I'll ever get to see like another franchise that's done as well as this. Like, it's had its
Top quality
ups
stuff.
and downs, but like
Aye.
overall, it's been a fucking phenomenal ride.
Indeed it
I
has.
know a lot of people are sick of superhero movies, but like years and years before, we've never really had a good superhero movie, and now we're finally getting like a franchise for us fucking comic nerds that we get to like see all these things connect that you wouldn't be able
Yep.
to do in like one or two movies, and they're working and they're good action,
Yep.
good story. So
Yeah.
that's what I've got to say with the MCU.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Totally get why you put it in your list. See, my second one, Grand Theft Auto.
Mm,
You know, the popular game franchise. This is one that's
yes.
been going on for fucking quite a long time now. I could have picked like an older one. I was half thinking about like Wolfenstein. But I
Mm-hmm.
think with Wolfenstein I only played like maybe one of the older ones. So I felt like Grand Theft Auto would be a better pick. And yeah, GTA started in 1997, the year I was born.
Okay.
And yeah, I love the series so much. Like, I've played a good majority of them. I think there's maybe only like one or two that I haven't played. Well, no, make that three. If I'm thinking. The first one I played was actually one of the old school ones where it was like actual top down view, bird's eye. GTA London. That was actually my first GTA. I had that on PS1. And I think I had a couple other ones. GTA 2. And I think I had the first one. But I think the first proper one, which I like actually fell in love with, the one that many people did, San Andreas,
Mm-hmm.
when that came out, picked that up, PS2, and oh man, it's just so good, so good.
Aye.
There's a lot of stuff in that even now it should still be in GTA. Back then you could go to the gym and get fucking absolutely strong, or you could just go to is it Burger? No, it's not Burger Town and that. Fucking, but you could go to just fast food places in the game and just eat and turn really fat. It was quite funny. A lot of the stuff you could do.
I think
You could what were you saying?
my first GTA was on the DS,
Oh yeah.
like the first own one, and I played it like once or twice,
Mm-hmm.
and it was GTA in Chinatown.
Mm-hmm.
That was a
I
fucking
played
bizarre adventure.
briefly that.
Because I
Yeah.
mind you could like one of the things you could do in the game is you could actually like when you're stealing a car is you have to actually like connect the wires and shit. You have to actually like
Yeah.
do that shit and actually like
They tried to make it
why
unique.
can't I remember the fucking name for it? Like what you do to a car.
Oh, Hotwire.
Hotwiring it, yes. You have to actually manually do it yourself. I thought that was cool, but
Mm.
it's a weird game.
Yeah, but it's good. So it's a really really good series.
I suppose you could also like mention just Rockstar, the franchise in general, is like really good. Is it a franchise or is it just a company?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just a company. I suppose
I
GTA is the
think it's just
franchise.
gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, GTA makes sense. So many of them.
Mm-hmm. In fact, GTA 5 is still going to
GTA
this day, and
5
it's
is the Skyrim of fucking Rockstar.
yeah, it's I got a lot of good memories with GTA, whether it is San Andreas or whether it's the Vice City ones or GTA 4, GTA 5, obviously. When in GTA 4, I used to always in the multiplayer would always buy one of the spawns that you could go in. There was like top left of the map, I think it was. There was like a wee garage that you could go behind, and there'd be a Sultan RS that you could take, and then go and spray paint that a couple times until I get the color I wanted, and then I'd drive it all the way, like without trying to crash it or anything, just trying to keep it in good condition. and then driving all the way down to the airport on the other side of the map, and just fucking, oh man, some good days. But I felt like I had to mention GTA here.
Yeah.
So, what's your next one?
Well, my next one is One Piece, and opposed to GTA being like coming out when you were born in 1997, I could also say it came out when I was born for One Piece.
Hmm.
But that's anime wise. So manga wise, it was 1997, so it was also the year you were born. So fuck you. But it is a long running franchise. As a franchise, I suppose, because it's had spin offs like movies and all that sort of stuff. But uh, it's been going on for what was it, 23 years now, and it's supposed to end eventually. And it's just a fantastic ride. There's so much to talk about and what to why it's good. It's like conceptually, it's really silly, especially with the main character being a rubber man. He has the ability to stretch. He's Mr. Fantastic. And but the thing that really gets you is the fucking storytelling and the flashbacks and the backstories to a lot of these characters. Like, I mind telling you a wee like conceptual story about
Mm-hmm.
one of the story arcs, and I told you it was from One Piece, and you're like, oh, sounds nifty,
Mm-hmm.
and it was nifty. It's the whole idea that you've got this person that has the ability to turn you into a toy, and much like a toy, people will eventually forget about you. And when you're turned into a toy, yeah, that's what happens. People forget about you. So like they forget they have a father because they've been turned into the toy, and there's this entire country of toys. So when you, as a traveler, get there, you're like, oh, what the fuck? There's living toys, and you don't know what's going on until you figure out what's happened, and it's like that's incredibly sad because these fucking people have been like turned into like forgotten people for like years and years, and that's not even the fucking best part about One Piece when it comes to the story. It's foreshadowing. It'll have hints and like certain things dropped from like 10 years ago that won't get resolved until like now, and it's just mad. Like one of the powers that wasn't dabbled on, like it was like shown in the first episode, and we didn't get a full explanation to that power until like chapter fucking 400 odd. So that's like fucking 10 years later basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's mad. Just like I could delve so like I've done a video on it on my main channel. I can go further into, but I just like to mention it here because it's a long running franchise that I'll be incredibly saddened when it ends, because I've grown up with it since I watched it when I was really young. The really shitty 4Kids dub, the one where like they've taken out like the guns that naval officers would use and pirates would use and replaced them with water guns. And one of the main characters, Sanji, would always smoke, but because it's, on 4Kids, they changed the cigarette to a fucking lollipop. Smoker, one of the characters that's known for being made of smoke and fucking has like 4 cigars constantly lit. It's fucking. They just edit out and it's so weird. But when growing up with that, I was like, this is really fucking cool looking. Oh my god. But then you realize when you watch the real thing and read the real thing, is like, this show is incredibly fucking dark for what it is. Like, not even like in the third fucking arc of the show, the boy gets fucking like impaled by spikes and like through his legs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely made for kids. It's the whole that's what a shonen manga it means. It's shonen's for like child, and I just feel like that like despite it being for kids, the amount of effort that's been put into this writing and shit, like for a person that's like releasing it onto a week to week basis, he gets no breaks unless it's mandatory. I just really appreciate it, and I can't wait to see it how it ends, because it's uh one of these things that's going to end, and people are curious: is it going to end well? It's had so much building, so much world
Mm-hmm.
building, so much hype. Please let it end well. Let it end like fantastically. I don't. Nobody wants it to be like bad ending. But yeah, that's
Mm.
That's how I feel about One Piece.
Yeah, nice one.
Yes.
I suppose I'll mention my next one. So my next one is it's AG Bar, more popularly known as just bar. They do tons of drinks. They've got their own brand bar tins. So I used to have those all the time. You could get Cherryade or lemonade, cola, limeade, pineappleade, all those ones. And they were really, really good. I mind the corner shop by mine. They did them for like 39p. Back when, and they also had like the £1 glass bottles, right? Which, if you returned, you would get, was it 30p or 20p
Something
or
like
something
that.
like that? Yeah. So it was class. You get a glass bottle and then just like return them all and get another one. Used to do that back in the day, but yeah, they were really good. But they've also done tons of other drinks. Bar, the amazing Iron Brew. Amazing to me, Gotta love Iron Brew.
Oh yeah, they do Iron Brew, don't they?
Yeah, they're the ones who do that. They've also done Rubicon. They did. It's like Simply Fruity. It's like those essentially fruit shoots. They did one of those types of drinks. They've done. What is it? Tizer.
Tizer.
And Tizer's banging, by the way.
Is
The
that not
Great
like the?
British Pop.
Is that like the knockoff like fruit twist fucking Fanta?
Sorta.
So, I
But
say
it's like
knockoff. It
fizzier.
looks like it. It looks
Aye.
like it.
It's that colour.
Yeah.
Don't know how long they've been doing Tizer, but fucking
I'm a slight fan of Bar as well. I like the red cola.
Oh,
I
mate, the red
can't
cola.
drink it now because of the sugar, but
Yeah,
I do
shame.
enjoy the occasional sugar-free cream soda that they do.
Good. They
Yeah.
do some really good drinks. I think they did. They also did. I think it's Ka or Ka. It's like a sparkling drink. So you can get like pineapple or fruit punch or black grape. But yeah, they did a fair amount of different drinks. And I just think they're really good. They're all really good. And I think they started fucking way back when, like 1870s, 1875, I think it
Yeah,
was.
that sounds right because of the to put that fucking number on one of the fucking old fucking Iron Brew bottles, glass bottles.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Sounds about right. Fucking Christ.
But that's my pick. I feel like I
Okay.
had to get that in. My love for Iron Brew goes on strong.
Yeah. Well, my third one is one is a franchise I enjoy. I actually really do enjoy it, and I've been meaning to like go and rewatch it properly, especially now that they've got like sort of like continuing it through Michael B. Jordan. Is the Rocky franchise, and
Ah,
they had I think Rocky with your man's Stallone had about 6 films they did, and
yeah.
I mind watching the first 4, maybe 5. I think I watched the 4th or the 5th one for the first time before watching any others because it was like late night showing when I was younger, and I enjoyed it. And I watched 1 to 3, and they're all really good. I really like them for such a simple concept of he's just training to fight this guy, but he's going through
Yeah.
this conflict as well with his relationship, his roommate, and all that sort of stuff. And you got to see how he's training, how he's going to figure out how to train better and do stuff. And with with your man Michael B. Jordan to come back to play the guy's Rocky's mate from the first few films. Michael B. Jordan. It's a really good film, and it's called Creed. So that's those
Yeah,
are continuing it. And I watched that, and it's really good, really good. And I really
it
watched the
does.
second one.
It does fall under that Rocky, doesn't
Yeah,
it? Rocky franchise.
because like you could say it's a spin. Well, I suppose it is a spin off
Yeah.
completely. But your man Stallone's in it. He's the trainer.
Oh, I'll let you see Creed.
Yeah, it's a good film. And I thought I'd put it on here because it's a film that I could just watch. I could stick on any of the movies and watch it. I think you got Lundgren, whatever his name is, was in the third or the second film. He's the Russian.
Oh, yeah.
He's also in like Expendables and all that.
He's good. Huh?
Oh, he was also the guy that played He-Man in the Hero of the Universe, Master of the Universe or something. I don't fucking know. But Rock is really good, and I think that was sort of like the starting point for me to like enjoy boxing, I suppose, in a way, because after like seeing those films, I didn't really do anything like boxing related watching wise. Then I read this graphic novel, and which led me to actually watching real boxing. And I suppose when you go to rewatch these films, you can see like how real they are or not, because Rocky in those films is very much he takes the hits. He takes the
Yeah.
hits. He's not like an incredibly fucking like technical player. He just has to take these hits. He's a beefy boy. Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't Dolph Lundgren? He has the famous quote from his Rocky film. What is it? It's if he dies, he dies.
Yeah. Did you
Which
know,
is
wee bit of trivia, I'm pretty sure your man's actually did punch Stallone and that he either broke his jaw or he actually knocked him out.
yeah, I heard that actually.
Something like somebody got injured
hmm
because he didn't know his own
Somebody
strength,
got knocked the fuck out.
or Stallone didn't. But basically, it solved who'd win in a real fight because I think they were sparring for real.
Yeah.
That's my third example.
Oh, nice. Well then, my last on this list is a popular food franchise.
Mm.
And this is Taco Bell. Oh my god. Taco Bell is just unreal. I mind the first time I had it because obviously where we are there's no Taco Bell here.
Yeah.
There needs to be. Good lord, there needs to be. But I mind when the whole King Cobalt was going down to Glasgow for a gig, got there, and I mind we were like, all right, where are we going to go for food? And James was like, oh, we should go Taco Bell. And I think quite a few of us were like, I haven't had Taco Bell before. I'm like, yeah, why not? I'll try that. Ever since I took that first bite, just fell in love with Taco Bell. Mate, unreal.
I need to have it.
It tops. Like I will happily slate McDonald's, for how good Taco Bell is. It's mate, and the best part, and you know how I was mentioning Nando's and how that's quite overrated.
Yeah.
And Nando's is kind of pricey as well, right? Which doesn't help. But Taco Bell, fucking hell, is a lot of the stuff quite fucking cheap.
A lot of the smaller ones are rather cheap. I say
Yeah.
that actually, McDonald's is pretty cheap for what it is. But yeah, no, I've heard about Taco Bell being cheap. I've seen some of the menus and stuff, and I really want to try some of their food. Specifically if they have nacho chicken in, because that's one of my favourite fucking foods is nacho chicken. And not many things do it now. Just chicken with like bits of nacho chip on it. So like if you bite into it, it's got like that cheesy fucking spice to it, tang. Iceland had them and they stopped it ever since like 2 years ago, and I'm fucking raging. I haven't had it.
They Taco Bell does these fries as well. Oh man. If I start listing off their menu, I'll just be sat here salivating.
I'm already fucking hungry. I'm waiting for fucking dinner, mate.
Oh, it is glorious. Yeah, definitely try that next time you're down south.
It is
Try
likely to be
Taco
soon.
Bell.
I suppose after college I might set up a wee trip to Glasgow. See what it's all about. You try some of the stuff. Because do they do burritos?
Yes.
Yeah, I need to go there. But yeah, in Taco Bell. Heard a lot of good things. I heard it's pretty meh in America.
Mm.
It's never one of those places where like you only go to Taco Bell if you want your fucking arse to be red.
See, when I've gone, my stomach's been fairly fine. But I can imagine, depending on the stuff you get, it might just run through you. Worth it, though.
It's worth. It's worth.
It's worth it.
I wouldn't drink otherwise. All fine. I don't know.
Good.
Oh yeah. Oh, suppose if you wrap with my final favorite long-running franchise being
Yes.
Jurassic Park. I
Glorious.
like all the films that came out. I enjoy them all. I think they're all 7 out of 10 and above. I don't think they're all 7 out of 10, but I think it's like they're all. It's not a single one's below 7 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I like Jurassic Park 3. I suppose Jurassic Park 3 is. Yeah, if I had to rate it objectively, it's probably like a 6.5. But like I like it just because it's got a fucking Spinosaurus in it. Saying that though, it's a very simple franchise. It's you get a bunch of humans, you put them in a park or a location with fucking dinosaurs, you have them hunted by them. That's your film. But there's bits added onto the film with the morality of it. I think the second and the first film heavily like go on it about like you shouldn't do things that are unnatural. Simply because like look at what happens in the first movie and they do it again in the second movie. But think of it all the franchise as well. I'm just excited to see fucking dinosaurs like cannibal killing folk, killing each other. So I can't wait to see the final film of Jurassic World. It'll be the 6th film in the franchise. I think they've even done like I think Telltale's done a game for them as well. You've also got like a few TV shows they've done. Don't know about comics. Like I know there's the novel for Jurassic Park. I think I don't know if it came up. I think it came up before the films. I'm not sure. Need to read it. But as a whole, it's a very simple franchise. Unless you look into the whole morale aspect of the films, it's really simple. You want to see dinosaurs, you fucking get dinosaurs. But so that's my my final one for that.
Hey, you've seen all of them, haven't you?
Yeah, you've yet to see the second Jurassic World.
Yes.
I've got Steelbook. It's a nice Steelbook. Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Do you know if there's a Steelbook for the rest of them?
If there is, it's going to be expensive because it most likely is sold out. Like
Imagine.
older steelbooks are harder to get unless they were re-releasing. It's the reason why Jurassic World was still pretty fresh to get because I got the 4K version of it for 20 quid. No, 30 quid alongside another 4K DVD. Because 4K DVDs are normally like 25 quid to buy. If it's a steelbook, it's going to be £30. So I was like, I might as well. But that wraps us up on that and leads us on to the final topic of most hated shows. I suppose I'll start us off with most hated shows, and I'll say this: it was incredibly hard to think of hated shows to begin with, but now that I'm looking at my list, I'm like, yeah, I fucking hate these shows. Hate them.
Had to go on to the topic after the last episode.
Yeah.
Doing hated films.
So I will start off with Johnny Bravo, and it's just something about it. I hate his character design. I hate his personality. I hate the whole shtick of, "Whoa, mama, look, I'm a I'm gonna love this woman. I want to have sex with her sort of attitude. And I'm like, not into it. Don't find it funny. No. Watched a few episodes and I'm like, it's not my thing. And I just hate that. It's the whole shtick. Like, I've seen some funny images, but like, there's not enough to actually want me to watch it because I don't like how he sounds. I don't like how he looks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like how a lot of their characters look. So I'm like, nah, it's dunzo. Not a chance. I like cartoons, but no.
Yeah.
Nah.
I don't think it's one that I watched really. I didn't dislike it, but I didn't like it
It's
either.
fairly
It just,
popular.
yeah, it
Fairly.
was.
Not like huge, but fairly.
It wasn't in my list of cartoons that I watched.
Mm-hmm.
Seen the other episode, but I get what you mean.
Ain't no fucking Dexter's Lab like. That's my first one. Fucking pervert.
That was Cartoon Network, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was made by the same folks that did Dexter's Lab, I believe. I might be wrong.
Literally the same people. Oh.
Not the same animation team, but probably the
Yeah.
same like folks that wrote. A lot of like writers are majority the same people for most shows in CN. Like there's a wee picture I have of like how writers like go from one show to the other show, and like a lot like I think some writers from Dexter. So one of them was Genndy Tartakovsky. He was a writer, and then after that he went on just to actually making a show. So a lot of writers end up becoming director writers. So like the main mans of a show, which I find is pretty cool because that's how you launch yourself as like making your own show. You write for another show first,
and
do stuff. But yeah, that's the first example.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Didn't Cartoon Network quite one for sort of connecting a lot of their cartoons together via like
They do a lot
episodes,
of
like one-off
specials.
episodes or specials and stuff like that.
So like,
I can just imagine you hating if he appeared.
he appears like the only thing I like about Johnny Bravo is this weird homosexual like fucking
Johnny.
fanfic thing going on. Johnny is Johnny Bravo had these like adverts with Samurai Jack in a fucking this laundromat place where you wash your clothes
Yes.
and shit, and people spawned this like fanfic and sort of idea like this AU where they're really good childhood friends. They got split up and they came back together, and even some AUs being like they're actually lovers, and I'm like, I like that. That's a lot more wholesome. Like, like it's unique looking and shit. Like it's better off. It's better than him seeming like a fucking predator to women.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, that's something. But like, apart from the adverts, you don't really see Johnny Bravo on other things unless it's like one of the like
Nah.
crossover games.
Yeah.
But
I
yourself.
suppose so. Yeah. My first one is one that we both watched. Better Call Saul. I had to include it in this list because there's going to be people that are listening to this and they'll be like, "What? Better Call Saul? Nah." And there'll be a lot of people just in general who big up the show. And as you were mentioning before, that it's some people just think it's better than Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And I can't understand that whatsoever. So we watched up to season 2, episode 5, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we watched that far, and I can't explain anymore how boring it was. There was maybe like 1 or 2 episodes that I was somewhat interested in, but it felt so boring. The storyline, I'm just uninterested.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, nah, I can't.
Like,
I can't.
unless I'm missing something, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it in case I'm missing something because I have a bad habit when I'm watching stuff with people as I start drifting off. So
It felt,
what did it feel?
in terms of boringness, it felt like a drama soap, but without the actual drama.
Maybe we were just missing something. Maybe we were skipping episodes.
Surely. Nah, I don't think so.
I don't know.
What's her name in that show?
I don't mind any of the character names. I just know
No.
Saul. That's it.
There was a female lawyer. I can't remember her name, but she was. I didn't like her. And there was your man who was fucking scared of electric. Not scared of
He was
electric,
one
but
of
you
the
know what I
more
mean.
entertaining characters. Yeah.
He's more entertaining, but I thought that whole thing was quite weird.
Yeah.
I reckon it will pick up, but for how far I got into it, it just
Like from what I've seen from like snippets and like images, like apparently it does really, really pick up, especially like intensity wise. So maybe the first 2 seasons are supposed to be like buffers, and then you get shocked or something. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I might give it another rewatch another day, and like I might change my opinion of it as well. Because as of now, I'm in the same boat as you.
Yep.
It's just, it was just hard to fucking like pay attention to. Like, one of the other things I did like about the show was like him actually getting the salon. Wasn't he like him starting off in the salon? His office is in the salon.
Yeah.
That was pretty interesting because he'd have like arguments with the staff and shit. Aye.
First.
That's your first one, there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my second one is you'll probably agree with it. Is I was thinking of a lot of like these Saturday night shows that I probably didn't like, and I was gonna be like Britain's Got Talent, but then I had to actually reassure myself and ask my mom, which one's the one where they just sing? X Factor. Okay, I fucking hate X Factor. Britain's Got Talent. You might see a guy juggling or something or do something fucking funny, but X
No, I
Factor
don't care.
just singing, fucking it is the most boring fucking thing.
Yeah.
Who wants to sit for like an hour or two, depending on the ad breaks, just listen to folk fucking just sing? I can't think of something more boring to
Especially when
me.
quite a few of them are going to be quite bad.
Yes, yes, it's like even songs I do like, I much prefer them being just instrumental. I could care less for vocals unless they're really unique and do something for the song. Like I can't even name one, but like it's just like vocals matter the least to me, basically. So I don't want to watch something
Yeah.
that's just for vocals. So there's also the voice, but like just because of how long it's been going on, X Factor, just fuck off, Simon Cowell, fuck off, fuck off.
Oh, I get you. I get you. Like, most of the early stage of it, it's just you either get the people that are fairly decent at singing, and they go through, and that's that. Or the ones where they've got like a sad like sob story behind background, like, oh no, I guess we'll give you the golden star, put you through, and then you get the absolute shitters that are just some of them funny, some of them not. But I think every year X Factor is on, there's always one or two that get through, not because they're good at singing, they're actually shite, but just there's some form of like talking point about them or entertaining factor. For example, Jedward, if you mind them.
Was it because they
I'm
were
pretty
like
sure.
fucking funny or something?
They were kind of funny. I didn't enjoy them. I didn't find them funny, but because they had that kind of quality to them, they put them through. Other people, if you mind
Oh,
Chico at
honey.
all,
What was it? Honey
or
G
Honey G,
Honey.
yeah. Oh my god, so bad. But that's the thing. They put them through because it was just
It's
a
a
talking
gimmick.
point,
It's a wee
and
gimmick.
it was good for the show. And that's not entertaining. That's not good at
No.
all.
Like
Trying to think
I
who else.
considered putting Big Brother on this list, but I'm like at least Big Brother like is semi entertaining.
Yeah.
Like yeah, this is the lowest form of entertainment for me.
Uh,
If I have nothing else to do, and it's like the last thing I
some
have to watch.
tasks or something. But
Yeah, some of the like fucking stupid drama that's going on.
the X Factor is just. Nah. I get you.
It's fucking nah. But that's my second example.
Ooh, how's it still going? Damn. Hey.
I don't know. I don't.
Um,
Dear
my second.
Yeah.
This is one that you're not going to be happy with because I know you very much enjoy it. And I know. I think. think it's popular. It's very popular, isn't it? Scrubs.
Mm-hmm.
And I've watched quite a few episodes. I've watched my fair share of episodes, a fair amount, and there's so many different things that add up together into why I don't like the show. So first thing being the cast, right? I don't think anyone in the cast I actually enjoy on screen, apart from maybe two of them. I can't remember his name. The guy who does the Fortnite dance.
Oh my god. Yeah.
How have I forgotten his name? Him.
Turk. Yeah,
And
Turk.
That's it. Yeah. Turk's fairly decent, and the janitor as well. There's some funny scenes of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mind what is it? The main guy is like on a bike, and then he just falls into this like massive puddle. It just got me. I was in hysterics at that, but the rest of the show, like the rest of the humor, it didn't get to me. There's maybe the odd thing that's decent, and I can get why people would like it, but just because of the cast and because of like what the atmosphere was, like the hospital setting, didn't enjoy that. I wasn't about it. Just wasn't about it.
It's funny because whenever I think of Scrubs, I always think it's right up your alley of humor and shit. And cast-wise, I think if it wasn't for that cast, I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much.
Something
like Dr. Cox and all that.
Something I'll be hated for. I don't like that the intro theme either.
What? Wow.
Yeah, just Scrubs, man.
Damn. Well, I heavily disagree. So.
I know.
Change. Do you have another example to get off that? Because otherwise I'll be super heated. I'm going to talk about how Family Guy is one of the worst cartoons ever. Like, even, I think, I don't even know, like, early Family Guy is even ass. I think I prefer modern Family Guy to early Family Guy. I've seen some snippets of why early Family Guy is better, but, like, no, early Family Guy is better, because I think I do agree with that, but the whole show is just ass. Like, just constant stupidity, no, like, actual plot line to each episode. Just constant fucking sidelines to, like, oh, Peter, remember that time I was a psychologist? And it's just some stupid fucking joke that isn't even funny. Or, like, the only good episodes are the Brian and Stewie ones, and the one I liked the most was the multiverse episode, because it's to do with the multiverse.
My god, yeah.
And my favourite segment being, they got a bunch of guys from Disney to come animate the segment. I'm like, that's fucking amazing. And even had a funny fucking anti-Semitic joke. But, the whole thing with Family Guy is it's just rinse and repeat with all the jokes and rinse and repeat with all the storylines and rinse and repeat. Like, Peter's always the same. Peter never learns the lesson, really.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking always jokes like, shut up, Meg. It's just terrible humor, just terrible, like, character design.
Yeah, that's bad.
I just fucking hate like, Cleveland Show I know is also disliked, but at least I prefer that. I prefer American Dad, but American Dad's, I reckon, is probably not as good as it used to be either. I think American Dad did a better job of, like, characterizing than Family Guy ever did. Because it literally is just like, yeah, Peter. Peter. Or fucking...
Yeah, the humour does get quite stale.
Yeah, it's like, it's good when you're fucking 8 years old and you don't understand anything. It's like, haha, fart joke. But when you're older, like, there's nothing to gain from this. It's not funny. It's just stupid.
Beyond stupid.
Yeah. And it's only telling that with my next example is even worse than Family Guy. I'll explain why.
Okay.
Give your next example.
Yeah, so these my next two are different to your normal TV shows I mentioned prior. But the next one's a live one, and it's Love Island.
That was almost on my list. But I've never watched it, so I can't say I hate it if I've not watched it, so I hate the idea of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's one that I'm just not gonna watch an episode. I'm just not touching it. Stay away from it. It's one of those ones that I will go on Twitter and I will go into the muted words and just put in Love Island, just so I can never see anything about it. It's the concept's awful. The concept's absolutely awful. The people that go on, absolutely awful. It's just I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't like it. There is no passion. There is no vision. Shite.
Yeah.
Just it's poopy drama.
It's poopy drama for people who
Poopy
can't
love drama.
like really think for themselves and need like some source to be like, are these two people gonna love each other, or is there gonna be more drama? And the person's at home
Are
like,
they gonna cheat or not?
I want to see who goes through. I hope they fucking fall in love. The show is totally not fake. Oh, I love it.
Now David likes Sarah, but Sarah's got a thing for Brendan. What will happen next? Like fucking, I can't be arsed. Oh.
Brendan, come to the Big Brother room. Fucking report to the Big Brother room.
Ain't about Love Island. Nah.
Brendan, unexpected item in the bagging area. Oh, it's so bad that you just have to joke about everything.
Aye. Don't know why people are into that show.
Mm-hmm.
But alas, we move on. What's your last one then?
My last
More
one
hated than
is
Family Guy.
Is Paradise PD, and I don't know
good
if
lord.
I'd rather watch this or Love Island. It's so bad. It's terrible, and there's so many reasons why. Apart from the fact the art style is as bad, if not worse, than Big Mouth's one, or the fact that that literally almost every fucking joke in the show is literally on the basis of a person says, "Oh no, I hope this doesn't happen to me," it then happens. You could literally type up Paradise PD joke that happens when they say, "I hope this doesn't happen," and it happens, and you'll find like an hour compilation of every fucking joke in the show doing that.
Good lord.
Every single joke, like the fat guy in the thing's like, "Oh, I hope when I eat this something doesn't bad happen to me." Happens. He'll literally say the same thing like 15 minutes later, and the fucking another bad thing will happen to him. "Oh, I hope I don't get shot in the head." He gets shot in the head. Literally, it's so fucking bad. It's got gross out humor that isn't even designed well, so you're just like, fucking, The fucking characters are ass.
They're
fucking ass. You fucking tried to get me to watch it. You thought it was fucking funny. And you
There
tried to get me
was
to
one
watch it.
episode I watched.
It was ass.
Well, there was a couple episodes I watched, and I don't know why I ended up watching those couple. Actually, I know why. But there's a couple I watched, and from those episodes, there was only one that the overall like story of that episode, I thought was quite funny. But in terms of like the characters in it, and a lot of that small humor that they do, it was kind of ass.
Like, if I were to... It's made by the same fucks that did Brickleberry. You won't know what that is, but style-wise and character-wise is identical. The main character is voiced by the same fucking cunt. One of the fucking fat guys is voiced by the same fat guy. It even has a fucking little animal that speaks. It's like, well, what, like, mates, you know the first fail didn't work, so why what, the first fail? The first show didn't work. So why the fuck are you trying to do a repeat but instead it's cops? Like, that episode you told me to watch, like, I'm pretty sure one of the jokes that they do that was apparently funny was literally the black guy saying, "Oh, I hope somebody doesn't shoot or something," and then he shoots himself. Pretty sure that's one of the jokes. It's like, it's littered. It's littered with those jokes. And just gross out humour, and it just does my nutting. Like, I would be fucking happy if I never had to see that show again in my life. Like, nobody likes it. Not a single person on this planet likes it. I know people who like Family Guy. I know there's people that don't like fucking Paradise PD. Mate, it's the worst show on earth. I'd fucking... It gives me the fear. Aye, what's your last example?
Well, my last show, yeah. It's Ellen, popular talk show in America, where obviously she gets on certain people, and majority of them are like really, really famous. So it's got the pull factor of getting people on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think every now and again she does like certain things, like she'll talk to a certain guest about something, and they're like, "Oh, look what we have," and they'll bring something out to surprise that person, or there's certain segments in the show that happens. But I find it like so unfunny, and the way her humor, some of the stuff that she says, I think it's shite. I don't think she's a good host at all. I've watched a couple episodes, like highlights and stuff from YouTube, mostly because of who the guest was,
Mm-hmm.
But there's just something about her and how she does it, and the segments that they do on the show that I just thought was so shite.
I don't think I've actually ever seen any of like clips or videos of that. I've seen one, and I just automatically knew it was going to be an ass because it's to do with fucking Fortnite. It's the fucking she got like Ninja on, and they were playing Fortnite together, and
Oh my god, yeah.
And nothing's more unfunny than trying to make a joke of you're being bad at a video game. Nobody finds that funny, especially if they know you're just bad on purpose or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah. It is.
No, she gets into flack for a lot of shit as well.
There's quite a few TV like talk show hosts that are kind of slated a wee bit. I think Ellen is a small bit. I think there's some people as well who don't like her and don't like the show. I think Jimmy Fallon is one that's slated for the fact that he always like laughs at anything the guest says.
Oh,
stuff like that.
Conan.
I think
Conan's probably the only one I remotely like, simply because he did a wee animated segment with Archer. Where he, like, I don't know, I can't even explain it. It's just like, I don't watch talk show folks, I don't find it funny whatsoever. Like, I find, like, hearing the guests speak, but, like, nothing to do with the hosts.
Yeah.
Like James Corden having a host show is just the worst thing.
He was better when he was doing UK content. So when he was
I haven't
in
seen
Doctor
anything.
Who.
That's the only thing I know he's been in that I'd watch is Doctor Who. Like I won't watch Gavin and Stacey. Never watched it. Probably won't.
And you're definitely not gonna watch. What is it? A League of Their Own? Is it? Was he not in that?
League of Their Own.
I need to double check if that was the show.
I have no idea. I think there was a funny clip with him in Gavin and Stacey where he orders an Indian and he goes through the entirety of his order and shit, and it was actually well like said and acted. Other than that, I'm like, I don't like him. He's not funny. I know Ken fucking not bad either.
Yeah, there's
the only
a couple...
talk show The only
Oh.
talk show, the only fucking talk show is Eric Andre. He's the only one.
Mate.
Right, he's the only one. Only good one.
Outrageous. I don't mind watching a lot of the talk shows. There's certain ones that are a bit like meh,
Alan Carr.
but
I like Alan Carr actually.
it's alright.
Alright.
Just Ellen though.
Ellen DeGeneres.
I think
More like
Ellen's
Ellen
the
Degenerate.
worst, personally. And yeah, that wraps up. That wraps up my mostly it shows. That wraps up you. That wraps us both up for the whole episode, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm fucking tired, mate.
Whoa.
Aye, that was a good one. And
Cheek of you.
from both of us, we thank you for listening, and hope you'll listen to the next episode. So all I can say
Until
is,
then.
yes, till then, yes. That's exactly what I was going to say. Yes. Goodbye.